Hey guys, welcome back to our vlog channel. So I've had heaps of people say to me in real life more than online or on Facebook and stuff, ask me about my dreads and just about who does them for me and how long have I been growing them and things like that. So actually they're not real. I make these dreadlocks and I don't know if you can really tell from the top. You can't really, which is probably good, but I can make dreadlock extensions for people to sew into their natural dreadlocks, or I make them and braid them in, because my hair, as much as I love dreads, I've had them in my hair for probably at least the last 12 years, off and on. I'm really not good at doing like high maintenance hair, like having my own natural hair. Yeah, I don't like doing my hair, and I don't like my natural hair, so I have these in most of the time. My hair is probably maybe just above my shoulders when it's out, and as you can see, it's really only the top section, because I have really thick hair. So I make these dreadlocks. I've made these ones. These ones have lasted me for ages. They're a wee bit bobbly, actually. They need a good tidy up. And these are probably my most natural looking ones, mostly because I've worn them so much that they actually just become really dread-like. I don't know if you can get a real good look at them. But yeah, I get loads of comments on them. I've got lots of little beads and things in there. So I thought that I would do like a tutorial, because a lot of people, when I say, oh, I make them, they're like, oh, will you make me some, And the truth is it actually takes a really long time, because I don't do them that often. If I did do dreadlocks a lot, then it would take me less time, but it literally probably takes me like half an hour each dreadlock. So, and I don't have a lot of time. I work like 2 jobs, so I can't really make them for other people anymore. So I thought I'd do a tutorial, because they're actually really easy and most people can make them. You guys can see my TV in the background. It's actually showing Omar, the Oh My Gosh channel. Anyway, so what I use is this here. It's actually just like, it's called Cancolon, and it's just synthetic here. I've got several different colours up here. I'll just turn the camera on so you can see. This is kind of my little setup, like with all the hair lined up. Oh yeah, and there's Bella. She's got the bags of them.
Hold on, let me throw it to you.
Yeah. Thanks. Right, hang on. I'll put this down and I'll grab that. Oops, sorry. So this one, oh yeah, here we go. This one's actually properly packaged up. Super long jumbo hand braid, they're called. I've got like 3 different colours in the set that I'm making, because I'm making my next set, because I'm changing my hair colour, obviously, to like a copper red. So I've got 3 different types of copper. The one that I'm doing here, this is the darkest one, and then I've got a lighter one here. No, it's alright. This is one I've made out of the lighter copper. And this one, actually, you can't tell because it's hooked up to the rig, but it's actually a transitional. So I am dreading the dark half, and then I'm going to add in a lighter bit at the bottom. Or I may not do that on the side, but yeah. Anyway, so I'll get into it. I just use like a fine tooth comb. Some of the hair, like it's all different. This hair right here, which is the jumbo braid, is really hard to back comb, and I have to use the best comb for it is a metal dog comb that you use for like flea combing, but I can't actually find mine, so I've kind of had to make do. And this is slightly different here, and this comb works really well for it. So I just start. I've got a good sort of, I don't know, this is what in dread world we call Sharpie thickness dreads, okay, and this is kind of the amount of hair that we need for that. If you can see, like I said, these are 2 different coloured dreads, but yeah, and they'll turn out roughly that size. These dreads here aren't sealed, so that's why they're still quite fluffy and wispy at the ends. They'll stay wispy at the ends actually for quite a while, even after I put them in my hair, which is quite cool. I like the wispy, but they end up like this after wearing them for a long time. They kind of seal themselves off. So the first thing I do is I back comb this whole piece of hair. So I give it a really good, you can't see it at the moment, but once I get further down, you'll see I give it a really good comb up here. So it gets, the further you get along, the better it back combs, which is really cool. This stuff is awesome because it just tangles so well. It's nothing, you know, this is kind of like, I'm pretty sure this is the sort of stuff they use in Barbie doll hair, you know, so it's really matty and tangly, which is perfect for making dreads. Not so great for like if you have a Kankalon wig and you have to comb it out all the time, but they're great for dreads and braids. This dread set actually, just some little info while I'm back combing, I'm going to add a few braids into it, and I'm also going to do some wraps, which I've never done actually before, and I've just been watching a few different tutorials on how to do those. So both the fully wrapped dreads with beads and stuff on the end, which are super cool, and like you might have seen them, they actually still do them at gypsy fairs. They braid a piece of hair and then they wrap it with like embroidery cotton and stuff like that. You can add wee bells and beads and feathers and stuff on the bottom. They're real cool, really kind of 90s festival stuff there. Right, you can see I've got a really good chunky back comb going on. I'm going to just snip this little tiny bit that I've got left, and I just kind of, they're massive scissors, but I don't even snip it off like solidly, I just kind of make it look wispy. Alright, the next step is to crochet it. I use a latch hook for this because I bought this for like $3 from Lincraft, I think. These are cool crochet dreads, and most people probably do them with a crochet hook, but I'm a little bit too rough on my crochet hooks and I break them. So a latch hook works just as well for me, as long as it's got a good latch on it. You can see. Yep. I'm trying to work out where the camera is there. That's the latch bit, and it closes. So I will tease it up, and then I hook through the center of the dread. I've wrapped a bit of the hair around, and then I pull it through. So I'll show you. Obviously, you won't see it up here, but once I get down a bit further, I'll show you what I do. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm going to try a few different things with this set. I'm going to, add in some like little feathers and beads. I mean, I always have beads in my hair, but I'm going to do some wraps and just make it look a little bit more cool, a bit more, I don't know, boho, I suppose. A bit more colour to it, just some fun stuff. You can see that I've got beads and stuff, usually silver beads in my hair, and there's that green one there and stuff like that. But I'm going to add a whole lot of different stuff into the next set, which is going to be cool. Alright, I might try turning the camera in a sec and just putting it in a place where you can actually see what I'm doing right now, because otherwise it might take a while for me to get down there. It might get a bit boring. But yeah. So yeah, anyway, these dreads are actually, I think they're really easy, but I've been doing them for years and years, and I used to do them for other people. It's just that, like I said, it takes time that I just don't really have. So I tend to kind of only make them for myself, and sometimes I make them for other people, but yeah. Not as often as I used to. I used to make them and sell them, and that's how I made my money, but yeah, I don't sort of do that anymore. Right, so I'm going to try turning the camera just to a place where you can see a bit better what I'm doing. It's going to be real hard because it's going to just fall. Yeah. So I'm just getting my daughter to come hold it. And she'll hold it right here. Actually, and you can probably see a bit better. Just there. That's what I'm doing. So, here we are. Right, this is the bit here that I haven't crocheted. I just pull bits of hair out of it. So I'm doing that, but I'm holding the wee latch up. Oops. I need to sit down properly. Yeah. Holding the wee latch up, and I just hook it and grab all those little bits and pull them up. And kind of the more little wispy bits you can pull up, the better. Alright, so I've got that there. I grab all of those and I give them a good twist. And then I wrap them.
So that's how you make dreads.
That's how I make dreads. I wrap them around.
I actually never know how she makes them. Like, how do you make those damn dreads?
Like that. So once I get to the end and I've got a little bit there, I'm going to grab my electric hook again. I thread it through without the wee hook on it. So there, and I pull it right through the dread.
My arm's
over to the other side. Yeah, hold up. And then I hook it, and now I put the latch on, and I pull it through. And I just keep doing that, really, until I just keep winding, pulling through, just until that wee wispy bit of hair is all done. Sometimes it gets a little bit pulley as well, but that's all good. You can see that I've actually hooked all this hair up to my log burner, because we don't use it anymore. So yeah, thanks, Bill.
It's all good.
So that is what it looks like up there. And then it comes down into this bit here that I'm still working on. And this is what they look like in the end, which I just showed you before. But here's like, oh my gosh, how did I hit my camera? Yeah. Here's this, what I've made so far. So there's a few, I'm probably going to make about 25. Takes about 25 for that top part of my hair. Plus then I add in some braids, and I'll add in some of those extension wrapped bits. Here we go. So, these are two different colours here, as you can see when you look up close. So there's a real dark copper, and then there's, this kind of looks really brown on the camera, but actually it's just like a pale copper. Probably looks really brown in comparison. But yeah, so this is, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and there's 10. So I've done half, probably. I'm going to do half again, and they'll mostly be, I would say, I'm going to use that dark copper. I'm doing a transitional with the one that I'm just doing now, which means that on the other half, because that was half the dread there, as you can see, they're double-ended. So my hair will braid in up the top here, and it just kind of falls and hangs in there like that. Cool. I can actually do a video later on too of braiding the dreadlocks in and how you do that, because that's pretty easy too. Also, like I said, these are unsealed, so after I've made the all the dreadlocks, I've crocheted them all, and then I roll them on the carpet, which seems a little weird, but it actually kind of just brings all those tiny wee fibres in together, and it mats it into the dread, and it makes it nice and smooth. So I go and sort of roll them on the carpet, and then I boil them, and that's just to kind of seal them. Like, it just kind of means that they will stay, all those little wispy hairs, tend to stay, because you can see the difference. You know, there's not really too many wispy hairs here as opposed to in here. So these ones are sealed. They've actually been worn a really long time too, which helps with that sealing process. They'll stay nice, and the longer you wear them, the tighter they are, and they're really firm in there. And they're nice and soft as well, because I've worn them for so long. So yeah, so I boil them after that, and then I'll give them a wee trim up if they're really uneven or anything. And oh, there's my dog in the background. It's alright. And these bits, as much as I love these wispies and they're really cool like this, they don't stay like that. They just end up like this after a while. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, I might do a installation video later once I've made them all and actually changed my natural hair colour, and then once I'm putting them in. I might actually just do an installation video on someone else, because that'll be way easier. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to kind of film yourself putting these in. Yeah, so feel free to ask questions if you want in the comments below, and I will answer them as best as I can. Like I said, unfortunately, I'm not making these for people at the moment, so please don't ask me to make dreads for you. I've done this video to show you that it's really easy and anyone can do it. Like I said, it takes me a while. It takes me a good 20 to 30 minutes for each dreadlock. But if you were someone that, you know, if you sat and you did them over and over and over, you could get it down to like 10, 15 minutes, I think. You know, like, I have friends with tons of dread makers online, and they make sets in like a day. It's crazy. Unfortunately, I just don't have the time to do that, and I kind of only at the moment are able to do them when I have spare time, and I don't have a lot of that. So I'm kind of lucky. I used to wear a full set of dreads when I had all my hair, and that used to be nearly like about 50. So I used to have to make 50 of these, and that's like 25 hours work. That's a lot of work. 25 hours. It actually takes me sometimes, like, depending on how busy I am, it takes me weeks to make a set these days, so, which is why I don't. But yeah, I'm happy to answer anyone's questions about it, you know, like where I go to get the hair, or where I get, like, the crochet hook and all that kind of stuff from. It's all actually just from, like, the hair is, I actually ordered this dark copper was from AliExpress. The lighter colours are just from Progressive Salon Supplies here in Christchurch, but you can probably get them from any salon supply place. It is cheaper to order it online, but they may not have the colours you want, and you obviously have to wait for delivery, and that can take ages. Although this actually came probably within about 2 weeks, and I expected it to take over a month, so I was pretty stoked with that. And yeah, the crochet hook is just from Lincraft, or not the crochet hook, so the latch hook, but you can get crochet hooks from Lincraft as well. And if you look online at like dread supply places, there's tons of like, oh god, I can't even think of the name now off the top of my head, but there are definitely like dreadlock making stores, and just if you Google like synthetic dreadlocks, it'll come up with a whole lot of places that sell different crochet hooks online and all that kind of stuff. Another thing that I think is really cool about how I make these is that they are synthetic, so they're vegan. They're not wool. I know that some people use wool. So if people are, you know, they're vegan, they can still wear them. There's also no products at all. I don't use any waxes or anything like that. I mean, it's synthetic hair. I don't think you really need to use that stuff. As for human hair dreadlocks, I've actually never done them. Like, people ask all the time, you know, can you do human hair dreadlocks? I would imagine if I had a weft of human hair like this, then yes, I could probably make it the same way. I've never actually done a dreadlock on someone's scalp, like on someone's head. I think the way that I do it would be really painful. So I'm not 100% sure if I could do that. I'm willing to give it a wee try. But yeah, yeah, hopefully this answers some of your questions about where my dreadlocks come from. I make them, and yeah, you can make them too. They're actually surprisingly easy, but just time consuming. So I personally love to just put on some YouTube. You can see this. Oh, cool. It's my daughter playing Minecraft. But usually I have some YouTube on my phone or whatever, and I just kind of zone out. And, you know, it is kind of like, it's quite a mindful exercise, I suppose. So yeah, that's all from me for today. I'll just lift the camera up better so you can see me. Yeah, I'm going to post this video up pretty much straight away. We don't really have, our computer is not working at the moment, so,
yeah, so
we can't edit our videos or do anything really cool with them. So I pretty much have to just put these videos up uncut, which is not ideal, but never mind. This is what happens. So yeah, I hope that this video has helped, and feel free to ask some questions. See you later. Peace.